Hey guys, hope you all are doing good. Today in this video, we are going to learn on few more techniques of business modeling tools. This would be a continuation from my previous video. If you have not watched my previous video, you can just check the description box for the link. And for the other videos on business analysis, you can find a whole lot tutorial if you visit my channel. So feel free to like, share and subscribe. So in today's video, we are going to learn on the techniques of the flow diagrams. These are called as flow diagrams or flowchart diagrams. These flowchart diagrams are often referred to as a simply process maps. Process maps are the document of flow of activities performed by a single actor at the lowest level of detail. Like the cross-functional flow diagram, these can be documented as existing and also referred as a current state or can be used in the future state to be a process map. A current state flow process map is extremely helpful in identifying and breaking down the complex business processes. It helps to analyze, identify and proceed and find out the inefficacies. For this business process modeling, we use a technique of crack model. Crack, as the full form says, K is to keep, R is to remove, A for addition and C for change. So through this model, we can analyze the current state process and can see what are the steps that need to be kept in mind and the steps to be removed or added or changed to improve the end-to-end process. As the inefficiencies are found, changes are uniform. From the beginning, we check on the process steps and remove the ones which are not necessary. We overlay both a current and a future state proposed model. When we overlay this, we find the requirements that come to us as a business needs in order to get the desired future state. By identifying what has changed and what you begin to analyze the impacts of the existing functional areas, we get the impact assessment. It is extremely helpful to understand the transition from the things we are done now and the way it needs to be done. This is an old and a new way of doing things, and it allows us to analyze the organizational improvements and the changes, but most importantly to manage the change across all the labels of the organization. One of the greatest benefits is documenting these flow process maps are at the label that they become a single source of truth. What needs to be done, what changes can be made, in what sequence an actor needs to perform its activity. These process maps support the creation of the test script and hence ensures the process delivers as a consistent outcome. As the testing is performed, the errors are made and the updates are made on the impact and the process delay. This gives a feedback loop, and this feedback loop is vital for the ongoing continuous improvement activities. When used in conjugation with the cross-functional flow diagram, the flowchart process maps can be used to create the institutional guidances. These guidances help in training materials like online knowledge center content, a quick reference guide or a training manual. The analysis of all these goes into the flowchart and can help to identify the amount of training required and number of resources needed for the task in the existing new environment. Hence, it is very useful. Now coming on to the fourth modeling tool or the fourth modeling process, which is known as a cross-functional flow diagram. These cross-functional flow diagrams are very much helpful as it helps to capture and order the activities that are being performed by various stakeholders from initial process commencement trigger to completion. It tells the story from start to end. It illustrates the flow of events, in particular, how the crossover between different cross-functional areas. Hence, its name's the cross-functional flow diagram. Even the cross-functional flow level, comparative analytics can begin. A current state, or as a cross-functional flow diagram, is extremely useful in finding out and identifying and breaking down the existing complex business processes and identifying the unnecessary routing of work between the functional areas. Analyzing this process and the time it takes to move from one process to the next helps us to identify the inefficacies and where the process can be streamlined and improved. The beauty of this label of documentation is that you can use a cross-functional area interaction without a drill down into the lengthy detailed step-by-step workflow. When the number of steps begins to look overwhelming on your diagram, you can choose to put a group of activity together, which we call as predefined or sub-processes. You will notice this in the example of cross-functional flow diagrams. Thus, these sub-processes create an order process, which can be done by different states, departments, or these order process can be fulfilled by different teams. The purpose of this cross-functional flow diagram is that you don't have to document all the noise showing the process down. By trying to ensure that each step is documented and validated. At this level, you just need to show that the cells creates an order and that order helps you to improve the team process. The swim line clearly delineates that one task takes one time and the next begins. In other words, you can understand simply by looking at the diagram that when it is creating an order, when it is getting completed, or when it receives a trigger operation. All the actual steps involved in creation, fulfillment of the process will be explained in a separate document. Completing a cross-functional flow diagram helps us to understand who needs to perform what and what is the sequence, making clarification and understanding far more easier, get around your bases and scoring from the home run. So if you like my video, feel free to like, share and subscribe it to my channel. Bye for now guys. Bye.